And welcome to the show. I'm your host, Samuel Ikanwin Ikimwin, and I'm looking forward to tonight's show. The Impact Property Show is going to be exciting this evening. We've got a new resource that we're going to be giving out to you guys. And boy, what can I say? If you take advantage of that resource, I can only encourage you to know that you are going to move forward in your property journey. First and foremost, great big welcome to every single person who is tuned in, both those of you who have been here before and those of you who are completely new. Thank you for the greetings. Thank you for the hi, everyone in the chat. If you've been here before, just let us know. Write the comment being before. And if you are brand new to the show, if you're watching either on a replay or with us right now live, let us know in the chat by saying brand new so we can welcome you as a brand new recipient of the value that we are going to be sharing on the Impact Show in this episode. Guys, we are pushing forward every single week. Sometimes it's actually even hard to believe how far we've actually come week in, week out. 2 weeks ago, you guys gave us some fantastic advice and insights as viewers in terms of what you think would be great moving forward in terms of the show. You spoke about us inviting guests, which is something we're actually in the process of doing. So I believe from episode 30, yes, I said episode 30, which is just 2 episodes from today's episode, we're going to potentially be having guests on the show. And those guests may be answering questions just like I answer questions, or it may be a bit more technical where they may just be coming to give value. And I will continue to answer the questions as we have been doing. But nonetheless, guys, we are here for you, here to help you move forward. If you guys can hear me perfectly, just let me know you can hear me in the chat. If you can see me perfectly, let me know you can see me in the chat. And we are going to, right after you guys let me know that, launch into tonight's show, which, as I've mentioned, is value packed. Okay, we are going to be talking about some very, very interesting things. Now, you guys know that I'm an avid reader. I like to read. So we've got a key resource for you guys later on today, which basically bodes well with my desire to read. So some of you are going to be really, really excited to hear about that key resource because it connects with a number of the things you guys have actually been asking us about on the show. Now, one thing that would be great as we jump into tonight's show, first and foremost, I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to share with you guys my disclaimer, my usual disclaimer. Straight after I share the disclaimer, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something we're thinking of doing. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be looking at bringing guests onto the show. So I want to find out from you guys, effectively, what kind of guests do you think would be fantastic to be a part of the show? Okay, what kind of guest do you think will be fantastic to be a part of the show? Now, some of you who have known me for quite a while, you know I have an extensive network of property specialists and property people because I used to host a networking event and I would invite 2 speakers every single month. Yes, I said it, every single month for 3 years, okay, at different venues. So as a direct result, I've got an expansive network of property people in various different aspects and fields of the property playing field, as it were. So as a result, we could probably bring anybody on the show in terms of capacity, role, position, investment experience, years, tenure, amount of wealth created, amount of wealth generated through revenue, etc., etc. But you guys let us know, because the show's about the viewers. The show came, for those of you who are brand new who do not know this, the Impact Property Show was actually birthed out of necessity. So when the pandemic hit, the lockdown hit, a lot of people in the property field had no idea what to do. They didn't know what to do with their portfolios. They didn't know what to do where they had tenants basically telling them, look, I'm leaving and I'm not giving you 2 months notice, etc., etc. Then we had all of these eviction holidays coming in and people didn't really know what to do if they couldn't even evict tenants that weren't paying. So I had a lot of people reaching out to me. A lot of them were my coaching clients and some of them were actually, other people that I was working with in different capacities. Okay, so I've got students because obviously I coach in through means of our resources, etc. So my students and my coaching clients were both reaching out to me, as well as some of my other contacts, saying, Samuel, what do I do in this regard? What do I do in that regard? And I'm the kind of person, I don't like turning people away when they need help. So I basically sat down with my team and I said, what can we do in order to help people move forward in their property journey in this particular climate where people don't know what to do? And this is how the Impact Property Show was basically birthed. It came straight out of that. We basically said, well, look, this is what we'll do. We'll make ourselves available on a regular basis, which ended up being weekly. We'll open up the show. And when we open up the show, we'll basically let people know, listen, call in, ask your questions. Let us know what challenges you're dealing with, okay? And since then, we have just been growing upwards and onwards. We've got over 200 subscribers on the YouTube channel now, nearly hitting the 300 mark. What would be fantastic, even those of you who are watching right now, if you hit the share button, okay, share this video, let other people know what's actually taking place on the Impact Property Show, so other people can be a part of what we're doing, other people can ask their questions, other people can call in, etc., etc. And when we started this, you know, all 28 episodes ago, what we started actually doing is opening up the phone lines, and that's something we want to keep a part of our show. We started opening up the phone lines, allowing people to call in and say, look, Samuel, this is what I'm challenged with, this is what I'm going through, etc., etc. Can you help me? How can you help me? What would you do? Now, this is one of the interesting things. The team have recently said they want to start releasing sound bites from these live shows. They were basically saying that the value being shared in the live show is so powerful that they thought it would make sense to actually release sound bites, specific questions with specific answers from the live show. So this Monday, those of you who are subscribed already, you would know this because you would have got the notification on Monday. This Monday, we premiered one of those sound bites. So we basically took a snippet from one of these live shows where we had, it was actually one of my coaching clients, interestingly enough, but one of my students called in. And as she called in, she basically asked her specific question about her rent-to-rent business. I gave her the strategy that I would use. And that basically, that snippet, I think it's about 8 to 9 minutes long. It basically went up earlier on this week as one of our videos. And next Monday, we're going to be doing the same. So look out on Monday. Those of you who are subscribed, if you're not subscribed, feel free to get subscribed so you'll be up to date with that. But look out next Monday for that next soundbite, which is again going to be a snippet. We're going to be talking about rent-to-rent management. Okay, rent-to-rent property management in that video on Monday. And again, it's another 8 to 10 minute video that's going to be coming out on Monday. And again, that's going to be a lot of value. So guys, look out for these premiered videos. We're premiering these videos because we know these videos are going to be of great value. Okay, we're going to be talking about managing tenants. What is missing in your rent-to-rent business when you focus on managing tenants? And that's going to be launched on Monday. Okay, so look out for that. Monday's video is going to have value inside of it. So side by side with the videos we're actually releasing on a weekly basis, the Monday videos that are dropping, obviously you guys know here on the live show, this is the all access pass for you. This is the opportunity for you to ask any questions you want from myself. We've got the team available at times if you need them as well. They can jump in the comments, in the chat. Sometimes, you know, they can share with me through the monitoring headphones what's going on, so I can share with you guys how we can move forward. So with all that being said, if you're brand new to the show, you know why the show's here. If you've been here before, I see Zeke Diligence, his comment says, been here before. Great to have you back, Zeke. Great to have you back. Yogesh as well. We've got Yogesh in the comments as well. And we've got a few other viewers as well. Every person viewing, feel free to jump into the chat and let us know you're here. Let us know if you've been here before, or let us know if it's your first time. This is a community we're building. We want people to be comfortable in this environment so we can continue to answer your questions, support you, and see people as they produce results, okay? Because that's the key for us, producing results. We want to see people producing results as they move forward on their property journey. It's phenomenal because in the middle of lockdown, I've been receiving messages. Hopefully I might be able to bring up one of these messages in a moment. I've been receiving messages. I've been receiving recommendations on LinkedIn where people are just talking about how Samuel has helped them in this current climate. Okay. There are people saying, don't invest right now. There are people saying now's not the time. There are people saying it can't work right now. Okay. But I've got evidence not only that it can work right now, but side by side with that, we are making it work right now. We're doing it ourselves right now. And we've got coaching clients and students, both clients and students, making it happen as well. Whether they be investors who are investing with us, whether they be clients in the capacity of sellers who are selling with us, whether they be clients in the capacity of actual people who are actually taking a step forward that they've never taken before. So guys, I want you to know this is possible for you now, and the resource that we're going to be sharing with you later on is going to help you understand how possible it is for you now in this climate. Okay, not next week, guys. Okay, not next week, in this climate right now. All right, and this is one of the reasons I run a number of master classes and webinars throughout the month as well, because I want people to understand, guys, this is possible. All right. And not only this is possible, it's possible for you, which for me is the most important thing. You know, if it was just possible for me, that wouldn't be that cool. But because I know it's possible for me and you, that's when it becomes really, really cool. So like I said, if you haven't already, hit the share button, hit the like button, hit subscribe, be a part of our community, let other people know the value we're sharing here. And I'm going to jump straight into our disclaimer. Now, the disclaimer states all information provided and results given are exemplary. Each person's results may vary or differ. Results are based on consistent strategies, and we advise that you always seek legal and or financial advice from a qualified professional before taking any recommendation or recommended action. Now, with that being said, are we ready to go? Let me know in the chat. Just write the comment, ready to go, and we're going to jump straight in. We got a caller on the phone already, all right? And we're going to jump straight into tonight's show. So the first thing I really wanted to tackle on tonight's show is a give back to you guys. And it was effectively asking you guys, as the viewers of the show, who do you think would be the best kind of experts we could bring on the show? Okay, what type of experts do you want to see? Do you want to see mortgage brokers? Do you want to see other investors? Do you want to see people who are doing this thing with little or no money? Who is it that you guys desire to actually see on the show? Okay, because it's all fair and well me saying to you guys, look, this is who should be on the show, this is who you need to hear from. Okay, but it's a whole nother level when you guys actually get on the show the people you want to see on the show. So this is why I'm asking the question, who do you guys want on the show? All right, who do you guys want on the show? Now, most of you know I spend a lot of my time helping people move forward through means of the property sourcing aspect. And the reason I do that, part of the big reason I do that, is because I believe property sourcing is the fulcrum for any other property strategy. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, if you have the skill to find great property deals, you put yourself in a great position to take advantage of the market, whatever strategy you're actually employing. So, for example, if you are a developer and you want to develop more properties, you need to get really good at finding great development opportunities. Or if you are someone starting with little or no money, you can use property sourcing to start building reserve cash and capital so you can start investing to a whole nother level. Or if you're someone who wants to start doing creative stuff, you don't actually want to own any property whatsoever, you can use property sourcing in order to sell property opportunities and just bring in funds for yourself. So this is one of the reasons I like property sourcing so much, because it's the great segue into each and every or any property strategy you want to get into. So I've seen Yogesh's comment here, should be on the screen for you guys as well. Yogesh says planners and tax experts. That's an easy ask. We can get that done. We can get that done. So guys, let me know. What else? Who else? Who else do you guys want us to bring on the show? Okay, do you want mortgage brokers to tell you what they're looking for, what they're thinking about? Do you want wealth managers, people that understand money intricately and can give you an insight on what you need to have behind the scenes, protecting yourself in your property journey? Okay, who else do you guys want? Do you want people doing creative strategies like service apartments, telling you what's really possible every single month in terms of rental income, even in this climate? Is that what you're looking for? Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys so you understand exactly why I'm banging on about this like this. Yesterday, okay, not 2 weeks ago, not 10 days ago, just yesterday, okay, I was on a call with one of my contacts. And my contact basically shares with me that in this current climate, he is generating in the region of £4,000 per month. Okay, I'm going to say that again because some people didn't hear that. He is generating in the region of £4,000 per month. Okay, now he's doing serviced accommodation. Okay, and let me even go further, because some of you don't really want to hear this, but this is the reality that we all need to hear. He's doing this out of Birmingham. Now, the reason this is so powerful is because the cost of a property in Birmingham is not the cost of a property in London. So if you're based in London, like I am, and you have the bandwidth, the capacity to go and invest in Birmingham, you put yourself in a great position. Because there are a lot of people based in London like myself who might say, unlike myself, oh, they don't have enough money. And because these people based in London say they don't have enough money because they're looking at London property opportunities, they lose the opportunity to go and get invested. Okay? So one of the things we've got to bear in mind is there are opportunities everywhere if we can tap into them. Imagine that. Imagine if you can go and put £40,000, which probably won't do much for you in the London market, okay, but into a property in Birmingham. And then you can generate £4,000, for example, a month from such a property. You are generating beyond London rents from an out of London property. Think about that, okay? Imagine that. I'm going to say that again. Imagine generating beyond London rents without even having a London property. I want you to think about that, okay? Because that is what's taking place right now. There are people doing this, okay? And the only question is, are we going to do this? Are you going to do this, okay? There are people doing this. So these are the kind of people we can bring on the show. All right, I've got another comment I'm going to throw up on the show as well on the screens for you guys to see. And look, guys, as I've said, look, I do property sourcing. If you're new to the channel, just tap into this link below, sourcingblueprint.com. Go get the free ebook, okay? Because that free ebook will set you up. All right, it will set you up on how to start sourcing properties, showing you the framework. Now, we got Yogesh in the comments. Yogesh said, people who work with virtual assistants, how to find them and train them. Excellent. Okay, I do that, so I can talk about that. Okay, but it'll be great to have someone else and we can have a back and forth, both myself and a guest, talking about how we work with virtual assistants and what we do with them. Okay, that is a great idea. Okay, so I'm not going to let that idea get lost. I'm definitely going to capture that idea. All right, so virtual assistants, we'll get that in. Okay, who else? We've got the tax consultants in here already, tax experts and planners. Okay, excellent. All right, who else do you guys want? Because the show is for you, and obviously if we put them on for you, then you can get even more value. We've got here also anyone who can help systemize your property business. Absolutely amazing. Systemize. Okay, now the reason I think that's amazing, that specific comment about people who can help systemize, is because the resource we're going to be sharing with you as our key resource in today's show. The key resource in today's show actually has a resource within it which is going to help you with systemization. So look ahead and forward for that, which will be coming up very, very shortly in today's show. So let me start with this little bit of a insight into what some people are doing, and then straight after that insight, the next thing I'm going to do is jump onto the phone line. I believe we have a caller already, and we don't want to keep the callers waiting too long. Now, you can read it for yourself, but just for those of you who are just tuning in the headphones, let's say you're jogging right now, not looking at the device. This was a WhatsApp message. I believe I probably shared it earlier on this month. But again, just in terms of some of the things we've been speaking about on the show already tonight, I thought it makes sense to share this now. So one of my students, okay, sends me this message straight after he's just secured a lease option and nearly finished tenanting it. Okay, so he's in the process of completing the tenancy on this particular property. It's a HMO property, 6-bedroom HMO. Okay, so this particular student, we structured how he could place a lease option in place in order to get the deal. He got the deal, got it all signed. Straight after getting it all signed, done the refurb, just finished the refurb, started tenanting the property. Everything has seemed more simple than he thought it was going to be. All right. And he sends me this message. It says, thanks again, coach. I want to add, I'm grateful for your it's possible attitude. I learned so much during COVID, and it was through gaining boldness to push to secure deals during a time, here's the key, when others said stop investing. And he throws in his emoji there, the sweating emoji. Now, it's funny to me because I know why he's sweating, because if you were listening to the others, you wouldn't be investing right now. Okay, you would not be investing right now. And if you weren't investing right now because you listened to the others, the question is, where would you be right now? Okay. And this is the reason why it's so important, not just for the show, but it's so important for your property experience and your property um, journey, to make sure you are connecting with the right people. People that understand what you need to do, why you need to do it, when you need to do it, how you need to do it. And this is why I always advocate a property investing coach. All right. Good day also to Ose Kimwin. We see you in the comments. Totally agree with Yogesh. Think that is fantastic. All right, guys. So let's transition. Let's turn on the phone lines. Phone line is open now. Like I've said already, like, subscribe, comment, be a part of what we're doing here. Phone lines are open. As you can see, the phone line number is just at the bottom of the screen. You have the telephone number and also the access code. You will need the access code in order to get access to the line. You will need the access code in order to get access to the line. So jump on and let's see how we can help you. We've got one caller in already. I can see the team have labeled this caller now. So that means this is someone who's called in before. We have Yogesh on the line. Let me see if we can get Yogesh on. Good evening, Yogesh. Can you hear me? Good evening, Yogesh. Okay, we should be good. Apologies, the volume was down. Good evening, Yogesh. One more time. Can you hear me? We should be able to have Yogesh right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Yogesh, let me know in the comments if you can hear me via the phone. We have you on the line. It is 1762. Okay, Yogesh says he can hear me. I'm not sure why we can't hear Yogesh right now. Okay, let the team look into that real quick. Yogesh, are you speaking on the phone?
Welcome to the
Excellent.
welcome to the conferencing service.
We should be able to hear you, Yogesh. We've got everything tested. Everything is up and running. Not sure why this is not coming through.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly, Yogesh. You got it sorted on your end.
My end, I think.
All good. All good. No problem. Firstly, Yogesh, just to, follow the protocol, are you happy for the people of the YouTube world to hear what you are going to be asking us on the show tonight? Excellent. And are you also happy for the people of the YouTube world to hear what recommendations, insights, and strategy I will share with you also?
Yeah.
Excellent. 100%. That is fantastic. So, Yogesh, right now, I believe the viewers can now hear you. I can definitely hear you. So let us know, how can we help you?
Okay. How do I am currently just sort of being too busy. And I think the solution for me is to find more people to offload tasks to, i.e. hire staff or assistants, whether that be UK or abroad, or maybe a mixture. But I've got this little block. The block is, I think it takes quite a lot of time and effort to A, find them, to think about what you want them to do, and then B, train them up. And because that's quite a lot of effort, when you're already busy, it seems like a big hurdle. So I think my question is, how do you figure out what staff to hire, what you want them to do, where do you find them, where do you advertise, or how do you get them, and then how do you do the training bit so it goes well, so your life is easier with them being with you?
Powerful question. All right, guys. So those of you who are viewing, you should be able to hear Yogesh. Let us know in the chat if you can hear Yogesh. If you can't hear Yogesh, I'm just going to reiterate Yogesh's question. A very powerful question. Yogesh basically says, look, he's busy. Okay, he's busy. He's got a lot of things going on. So he then basically says, well, look, if I'm busy, how do I then go and firstly identify the certain characteristics or the certain profiles or the certain people I need to support me in my property business, i.e. other workers, virtual assistants, etc. Yogesh also indicated that he has no preference or qualms with hiring people internationally or on, the UK continent in the nation. And he's then gone on to say for the third part, if he's busy, how does he go through that process of vetting them, finding them, and then training them? Okay. So Yogesh, would you say that's a good summary of the question?
Yes, that's perfect.
All
Yeah.
right, fantastic. So look, this is where I'd start with the question, Yogesh. Okay, so you're busy. All right, let's just do that. First thing, you're busy. So one thing you can do, okay, and I'm just gonna say this as a snapshot answer, so some people can just take this as a soundbite and be like, okay, that makes sense. The first thing is you can outsource that particular process. You can outsource the process of finding, recruiting, and hiring your staff. You can outsource that process. Okay. So you could take on an administrator whose primary role, okay, and that I would assume you wouldn't have an international person for that. I assume that would be someone in the UK. Okay. But you'd find someone who effectively has a clear understanding. So what you're effectively doing is you're training, you're spending all of your time, instead of training 3, 4, 5 different people, you're going to spend and invest your time to recruit and train one person. But your ideal and primary objective in recruiting and training this one person is for them to be able to recruit and train the other people in the other varying different departments. Now, if you take that route, I'm going to say this because there's pros and cons with obviously all different approaches people can take. If you choose to take that route, one thing to be mindful of is obviously that person may be a very expensive hire. And the reason they may be an expensive hire is because effectively they're going to be recruiting and training a whole bunch of other people. So even if the other people are coming from the Philippines, India, Indonesia, all of these other places where you might be able to pay $3 an hour, $5 an hour, $12 an hour, whatever it is people are paid out there, the reality is the first person you're taking, first and foremost, if they're based in the UK, that's obviously one indicator that they're going to be, charging a lot more. But secondarily, if they have that unique skill set, if they have that unique skill set of being able to effectively work with you on a regular basis and recruit people for you and train those people in their distinctive and different tasks and different areas, that's when you've got to bear in mind that, hold on a minute, this is probably going to be an expensive hire, because you're not hiring effectively a person to do a task. You're hiring someone to oversee tasks. Okay, so effectively you're hiring a manager, a mid-level, mid-tier manager or higher tier manager. So that's something to be very, very mindful of. Okay, I'm going to be looking, if you want to take this route, and again, I'm going to give you a whole lot more than this, but if you want to take this initial route I'm talking about, you're hiring a manager, whether it's a mid-level manager or a higher tier manager, and because you're hiring a manager, they're going to command a management salary or a management payment. And as a result of requiring a management payment, obviously they're going to be doing work at that higher level. So that's the first thing I'd say to you. Now, another thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw something out here for you, a book recommendation, quick book recommendation. It's not one I've thought about earlier on in terms of sharing on the show, but it's definitely one that's of value to people who have system mentalities and who are building successful property businesses, like I believe you are, Yogesh. So one of the things I'd say to you, Yogesh, is have you read, okay, and it's a question, so I guess you're going to answer in the chat, have you read The E-Myth by Michael Gerber? Okay, have you read The E-Myth by Michael Gerber? Now, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber is a book all about systems, where basically what Michael Gerber does in that book is break down the core areas that you would utilize in order to have a successful business. Okay, so you can let me know in the chat, Yogesh, if you've ever read that book, The E-Myth. Okay, now if you have read that book, it's a great book to go through again and look at the different departmental areas that Michael Gerber speaks about in that book, and start asking yourself, do I need someone in this core area for my property business? Do I need someone in this core area for my property business? And so on and so on and so on. And as you do that with that book, you could potentially outline all of the departments, okay? And I say that with quote unquotes, because obviously if you're an entrepreneur, you don't necessarily need a 50-person, staff to do a business. But the point I'm making is you can start to define and articulate the departments. And the moment you can define and articulate the departments, that might be 1 person to 2 departments at this current level of your business. And again, they might be virtual assistants, they might be real assistants, etc. Okay, so Yogesh has said in the chat, yes, he has read it, but he needs to read it again. Encourage you to do that. Encourage you to read it again. Also, encourage you to get the audio book. Okay. Yeah, we can send you a link for that. Obviously, you can find it if you've got the book already, but we'll probably put a link in the description. So in about an hour after the show's done, in the description, for those of you who are watching after the live, watching the replay, there'll be a link in the description to Michael Gerber's E-Myth book for you to go and get the audio book of that. And you could probably get a 30-day free trial with Audible so that you're not even paying for the audio book. And if you decide to cancel within the 30 days, you'll keep the book even if you don't keep the 30-day subscription or the subscription with Audible. So I would say to you, Yogesh, for the first kind of simple snapshot answer, consider using a book like the E-Myth to create a framework of your departments. And then from creating a framework of your departments, consider hiring based on that. And if you want to make that even easier for you, then you want to hire kind of the hierarchy of that, which is your manager, who's primarily there to recruit, train, and place all of the people in that regard. So that's the first thing. Second thing I'd say, which is slightly different, okay, if you're not going to outsource it to an employee, what you can do is outsource it to a complete service, okay? So there's actually an organization I recommend. I can send them to you via email, etc. I can get the team to do that on Monday. But there's an organization we actually recommend, and what they basically do is they do the whole process of recruitment, the whole process of training, the whole process for you. Okay, so now the only difference with this is you are now looking for someone outside of your organization to outsource it to. Okay, so these are the two key approaches I could recommend if you want to really limit your investment in time in what we're talking about, rather than just saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to employ someone to do all of this, because obviously there's still a strenuous amount of time you're going to have to put in if you're employing someone to actually do this for you as well. Okay, so whether you employ someone to make it happen, to find the right people, to recruit them, to enroll them, and obviously to train them, or whether you outsource that process, the first that I recommended of actually hiring someone to do all of that is going to still take a large investment of your time, which you may not have, okay, depending on how much time you really want to dedicate to this process. So this is one of the things I'd say to think about, okay? Do you want to hire someone who's going to do that job for you? Because again, it is a job, so you can give it to someone else. Or do you want to contract an organization or contract someone to do that for you, okay? So an organization that's already doing it with multiple, virtual assistants on their books and multiple clients who are finding or looking for virtual assistants might be a great way to go. So there are two ideas to think about. And in terms of time, I'll say this as well, Yogesh. This is not just for you, but this is for all of the viewers, anyone who's watching. And guys, if you've got value, if you're getting value from the strategy and the insights I'm sharing with Yogesh, hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button. Let the YouTube world know this is good content. All right. And it's just a universal symbol for us to know as well. People like this content. When we finish a video, we want to see, okay, this content was good for people, we should keep doing this. Or this content was no good, we should stop it. Okay. So feel free to put the thumbs down as well if you don't like the content. I'll say that as well. So the last thing that I'd say to you, Yogesh, the first thing is maybe hire somebody to do it. Second thing is maybe contract a service to do it. The third thing is to think about it like this. No matter how much time you invest up front, and I use that word specifically, invest up front, okay, in recruiting and training people into your organization, you should massively recuperate all of that time plus in the engagement and endeavor of these people to work in your organization. Okay, I'm going to say that again. No matter how much time you invest in onboarding, training, recruiting staff and team members into your organization, you should recoup all of that time plus more when these people get active and start working on your behalf in your organization. Okay. Now, I will say that to you because if that's not the reality, then the point is, why are you actually even recruiting these people in the first place? Okay, and I want you to be mindful of that. Why recruit people if they're not going to save you time long term? Okay, and that's the objective of the employment. That's the objective of the recruitment. That's the objective of taking the people on. The simple fact that in taking them on, it's supposed to save you time as an overseer, as a entrepreneur, as a MD, managing director, CEO, chief executive operator, as the person at the top of your food chain. You taking on people is supposed to save you time. Okay, it's supposed to take away, if you do it wisely, it's supposed to take away the low income generating tasks from your activity and allow you to focus on the bigger income generating tasks, like, engaging investors, bringing investors on board, identifying property opportunities, great property opportunities, taking that forward, etc., etc. So hopefully that helps you, Yogesh. Let me know in the comments how well you think we answered that question. 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, no stars. Let us know in the chat. Looking forward to that. But again, great question, Yogesh. And I think more people need to ask questions like that, if I'm going to be totally honest. I think that is a fantastic question because it shows where you are in your business, and it shows that you are trying to go to the next level in your property investing business and not just stay where you're at. So again, Yogesh, thank you for that question. I think that's a fantastic question. Now, guys, call in, okay? Telephone numbers at the bottom of the screen. Call in, take full advantage whilst you can, all right? I'm going to jump back into the chat before I share with you guys our resource for today's show that we are giving to you guys absolutely free to help you move forward in your property investing journey as well. But like I said, Yogesh, fantastic question. So let's look at the chat. All right, we've got... Okay, so Yogesh lost us on the phone. He said he's hearing us through the YouTube. That's okay. Okay, yes, he needs to read it again. That was the E-Myth. Okay, so Yogesh is saying, so checking it is called E-Myth Real Estate Investor. Okay, so Yogesh, the book I'm speaking about isn't the contextual book. So Michael Gerber, after releasing the original book and updating it into various different versions, I think they then started doing the versions in the specific niches. So I think they have one for real estate, one for this, one for that, etc., etc. The one I'm talking about is the general book, okay? Because I think the general book is a great book to read outside of the contextual books, and then to read the contextual book so you can put things into context, if that makes sense. So that's what I would say, okay? So it's just the E-Myth, okay, without the, for real estate investors, etc., etc. I believe the actual title is the E-Myth Revisited, because that's the one which is the most up-to-date version. So it's the newest edition, the E-Myth Revisited. And the team are telling me I'm right. So the E-Myth Revisited is the one I would advise you to go and get. The E-Myth Revisited. And as I mentioned, you can go and grab that for free with a 30-day trial of Audible. Link will be in the description of this video for you to take advantage of that. All right, so hopefully that answers Yogesh's question. We got E Cosmios in the chat. Hey all, hey E Cosmios, great to have you on. Yogesh says 5 stars, thanks a lot, looking forward to receiving the contact. No worries at all, Yogesh. Just send me a quick reminder, and that should be done for you on Monday. Like we said already, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let the YouTube world know that you are getting value from this content. Side by side with that, why don't you hit the bell notification so you can also let YouTube know that this is the kind of content you want on a regular basis being shared with the community. All right, so now is the time for me to actually share with you guys our key resource for today's show. And it's a new resource. It's a resource we haven't actually shared before. And we want to help you guys move forward, which is why we're sharing this resource with you. We have created, okay, the team have said to me, look, Samuel, you love books. You like reading books. So the team have basically said to me, why don't we create a reading list, a book list for people to use to get property success? And I thought, you know what, that is a fantastic idea. So what we've basically done is we have put together, okay, just for you guys, absolutely free. Okay, I'm actually trying to type to put this into the chat for you guys to be able to go and get this straight away. Okay, this is the 7 best books for property success. Okay. And I mentioned earlier, speaking to Yogesh, when he asked his question about the fact that one of the resources within this resource is actually going to help you with systemizing your property investing journey. Okay, that's just one of the resources. Is going to radically help you with systemizing your property investing journey. But if you take advantage of those 7 books, okay, and for some of you, if you've been investing for quite a while, if you've been watching the show for quite a while, there might be one. There's 2 books. I think there's 2 books on that list which we've recommended before. So we made sure that this list would be valuable to every single person, even people who've been here before, who've been watching the show for a long time. All right. So guys, we do this for you, okay? And we want to add even more value to you. So that's the reason we've done that. So go get the book list, impactproperties.co.uk/book list. And you can go and get absolutely free our 7 best books for property investing success. Why do people need to fail on their property investing journey? The answer is they do not need to fail. Okay, so we're here to help them, and we want to help them. We want to help you. We want to keep you moving forward. So because of that, this is the reason we said, you know what, let's put this together. Let's put it in people's hands. Let's give it to them, okay, so they can continue to move forward in their property investing journey. And this is what we've done, guys. Okay, so let me know if that's of value. Let me know if you think that's of value. Okay, let me know in the chat if you think this new resource that we've created for you is of value. Okay, it's multiple pages. All right, multiple pages in there. I've given a synopsis on every resource in there. A number of those books are audio books as well. We've put the links in there for the audio books, for the physical books, for the ebooks, the Kindle books, etc. So you got all of the links on that document. The moment you get that document, you can click away and find every book very easily. Okay, we've used Amazon obviously just to make it all simple and all in one succinct fashion. But the point is, whether you're an Audible learner, you want the audio books, the links are in there for the audio books. Whether you are like me and you just need that physical, you need to feel it. You need to see the letters. If you're like me, all of the physical copies, we've got the links in there. Okay, and then what we did, even to add even more value, is I shared a little blurb on each of the resources as to what the real value is in each resource that's going to help you move forward. Thank you, KTR. I see your comment value. Thank you, Yogesh. I see your comment value. Guys, this is what we do. All right. We're doing this for you guys. Absolutely free. 7 best books for property success. Like I said, if you've been following our channel for quite a while, there might be 1 or 2 of those books you've heard me recommend, or you might have come across yourself. But I can guarantee you, I think I can be that bold. I can guarantee you, you've probably not got all 7 of those books. Okay, and I can probably guarantee you've probably not even heard of all 7 of those books. And all 7 of those books are books I have personally, books I've read and listened to in many cases personally, and even going further to help you understand that when I say property investing success, these are books that I utilize aspects, principles, nuggets from in my property business on a regular basis. Okay, so whether it's systemization, whether it's building your portfolio, whether it's other people's money, whether it's creative strategies through means of rent to rent, these are things that I'm actually actively utilizing from these books. Okay, now one of these books is kind of a little bit of a plug. One of these books I'm actually featured in the book, so I actually have kind of, I think, a page or a portion of the book which I actually wrote. Okay, so I kind of co-collaborated on the book. I'm not the author of the book, okay, but the author did reach out to me and say, look, Samuel, I love what you're doing, come and, add some value in my book. And I did do that. So on next week's show, those of you who join us on next week's show, we can do a prize. We can do a giveaway. Okay, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to tell you what the giveaway is for episode 29. Episode 29, someone will receive something. Okay, let's create this giveaway right now. I'm going to get the team, between me and the team, we are going to create a giveaway so that on episode 29, whoever can tell me which book they believe I'm featured in, okay, will get a prize. Let's put it that way. All right. Whoever can tell me which book out of the 7 books I'm actually featured in will get a prize. I think that's great. I think that's a great idea. Okay, let me know in the chat if you think that's a great idea. A giveaway next week on episode 29 of the Impact Property Show. Whoever can tell me which of the 7 books I'm featured in, okay, they'll actually get a prize. I don't know what the prize is. We'll have to work that out. Yogesh says he tried the link, but no email came to him. Is it just click the link? No. What should happen, exactly as you said, when you enter your name, your full name, and your email, you should be able to press the button. The button should say, get my book now, or something like that. Get my book list now, something like that. And then after you press the button, you should be emailed straight away. What I'd say to you, Yogesh, is try with another email address. Let's see if that works. I shouldn't be saying that, but yeah, the team's going to be like, Samuel, you don't want multiple people, multiple emails. Listen, it doesn't matter, okay? Get the resource. That's what it's about. We want people moving forward, and the resources are created to help you move forward. All right, so try with another email address. Let's see if that helps you, Yogesh. All right, guys, so let me know in the chat if we got any other questions. I'm on fire today. I'm ready to take more questions. I think it's because of the release of this specific resource, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, one of the things I like doing is I like releasing resources. And just to give you a heads up, this is October right now. At the time of this recording, we're in October 2020. So let me add this, because some people aren't ready for this. This is supposed to be apparently Black History Month. I don't know if it's across the world or if it's just the UK, but I believe it's across the world. Black History Month. So what I'm going to actually be doing next week, before the month ends, I'm going to be running a complimentary boot camp in our Facebook group. And I'm only going to be running that boot camp for 5 people, okay? Just to let you know. And this is just giving you a heads up, all right? I'm going to allow 5 people for the price of £5 to jump on a boot camp with me next week, okay? And in that boot camp, we are going to go for 5 days with me sharing with you guys secrets about property finance, okay? Now, guys, if you're not excited about that, I don't know what to say. You could tell I'm excited. You could tell I'm excited about it. The reason I'm excited about it is because I love helping people move forward. And when I get the opportunity to help people move forward, that's when I even get more pumped. All right. So releasing the 7 best books for property investing success, that already has got me pumped today. But just thinking about the fact that next week, 5 people are going to have the opportunity to be on a journey with me for leveling up their property finance game for £5, it's like, come on. I'm just pumped. I'm pumped to even think about this, guys. But this is me. This is what we do. All right. So Yogesh asked a great question. Does everyone get a prize? No, we're not going to allow everyone to get a prize. This is what we're going to do. We're going to see who's got the quickest fingers. All right. So when we jump on next week's show, what I'll do is there'll be a segment where we do the prize draw. And I'll say, guys, it's that time. Let me know which book I'm featured in. We'll let you write in the chat, in the comments. Whoever writes first which book correctly will get the prize. All right, we'll do it like that. Okay, that's how it's gonna go. All right, so Yogesh is saying it doesn't ask him for his email. Is it just him? Yogesh, let me jump in and see if I can help and see if that's the case or not. All right, guys, if you're getting value from the show, let me know. Okay, like I say to you all the time, we put these shows on for you. Let me know if you're getting value in tonight's show. If you're not part of our Facebook community and you want to be part of our Facebook community so you can maybe be one of the 5 people on my 5-day finance challenge, which is coming up next week, jump in the description of this video. Okay, jump in the description of this video. And when you jump in the description of this video, you are going to get the exact group there for you. Okay. Yogesh has got it sussed. All right. So I think the team need to work on something. It looks like the link is going to the wrong page. I think that's what's gone on. So Yogesh, thank you for reaching out and saying that. I think the link is going to the wrong page. I think that's actually what's the problem right there. I do believe so. I'm going to have a quick check. Yes, that is exactly what's happening. Okay, thank you guys for confirming that. And thank you, Yogesh, for pointing that out. Hopefully, in about 2 or 3 minutes, the team can get that sorted, and that should be fine. Okay, I'm being sent the link again, but hopefully that should be fine. Let's see. Okay, all fixed. So, guys, I'm being told it's all fixed. Apologies. I'm receiving messages even on my phone right now. All right, guys, if you use the link one more time, you should be able to get exactly what you need to get. You should be able to see exactly what you need to see. So I don't know if that was my mistake, but the team have confirmed that everything is going well. All right. Yogesh says this is amazing opportunities. Thank you. Thank you, Yogesh. I appreciate that. Just keep sharing, Yogesh. You know, keep sharing this stuff with other people. Let the other people know what great opportunities we're putting out here to help people move forward. This is what we want to do. We want to help people on a whole nother level. It's funny. Let's see if I can even show this to you guys. All right. If I can show this to you guys, I'm going to be even more pumped. But let's see if we can show this to you. I think I can show this to you. I wrote something on my board recently, okay, which is just an example of how I really feel about helping people in the property area, in the property arena. Okay. And the thing is, I don't assume there's many people like me, but I just do what I've got to do, guys, because I'm passionate about this thing. I'm passionate about this thing. And I'm not just passionate about it for myself, I'm passionate about it for us all. Okay. So you guys usually, you know, sometimes I jump onto the whiteboard. Let me do this for you. I'm going to show you the whiteboard. You're still going to be able to hear me, but let me show you the whiteboard so you see exactly what I'm talking about. This is the whiteboard. And I don't know if you can read it because I know the lighting is not on it properly. I'm going to read to you exactly what it says so you understand exactly where we are in terms of moving forward in property right now and how we want to help people move forward in property right now. I wrote on the whiteboard, how many people can I help this year to sack their boss or even better, their spouse's boss? I'll read it again. How many people can I help this year to sack their boss or even better, their spouse's boss? Guys, I wrote that earlier on because, and not today, but earlier on this month, okay? When the month of October started, that was one of the things I wrote on my whiteboard. And I've just been writing it up so that it's there. It's a reminder. How many people can I help to sack their boss or even better, to sack their spouse's boss? Guys, this is what I want to do. I want to help people move forward in their property journey. And I understand that the only way you can do that is by either putting resources in people's hands that are affordable, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford it. Okay. And the problem is, an investment is an investment. An investment is not about affordment, if that's even a word. An investment is not about what you can afford. An investment is about what you cannot afford. I want that to be understood, okay? Because a lot of people coming into property do not understand what I've just explained, all right? That's another quote right there as well. For those of you who love picking up my quotes and throwing them in the comments or in the chat, an investment is not about what you can afford. An investment is about what you cannot afford, okay? So I'm going to ask this question. There are certain people who cannot afford to be in a job next year because psychologically they know that's just going to tear them apart. There are certain people who cannot afford to watch their children grow without them because they know that's going to emotionally tear them apart. And that's who I'm here for, guys. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm here for a few other people, but that's the core of who I'm here for. I'm here for those people who do not want to tear themselves apart psychologically, mentally, when they're made redundant in 12 months, 24 months, 12 years, whatever it is. I'm there for those people. I want to show them a viable, effective way they can move forward using property as a resource in order to become financially free, in order to build time freedom. That's who I am. That's what I want to do. And that's why I do it through means of the show. That's why I do it through means of helping you guys move forward. Yogesh has said in the chat, okay, it asked for email this time, but no email in my box or spam yet. Okay. Like I said, Yogesh, try another email account. Let's just see if it works, but it definitely works. I know it works. I know the team have tested it. Okay. So guys, I want to give you value. I want to help you guys move forward. That's who I am, and that's why I do it. And I hope all of you were able to see the board. I hope it wasn't just me who saw the board. I hope all of you were able to see exactly what I wrote on the board. How many people can I help this year to sack their boss, or even better, their spouse's boss? And I want you to understand certain things. I've written there this year. The reason I want you to understand that is because some people will be saying, it's October. How are you going to help people this year to sack their boss? We've only got 3 months, 4 months, 2 months left of the year. Listen, guys, when you understand what you're doing, property can be utilized to take full advantage and generate revenue when you understand what you're doing. I say it all the time. I don't believe in get rich quick. Okay. This is not me saying properties get rich quick. This is me saying, I know I can help people. I want to help more people. So I'm going to create more resources. I'm going to put more things in people's hands. So again, if you are not part of our Facebook group, the Impact Investing Facebook group, go into the description of this video, click the link, open new tab, okay, and go and request to join the group. The team are going to ask you a few questions. You answer those questions, you get the access code and get in the group. So that next week, when I launch the 5-day property finance bootcamp, you can say very quickly, I'm in. Okay, I'm in, because I want to spend 5 days learning about property finance. And let me say this as well. I do not care if you are a beginner in property or if you are an advanced investor in property. You are going to learn something every one of those 5 days. And the only thing I ask you, no, let me not say ask, because ask is too nice. The only thing that I beg you is that you use what you learn. That's it. Okay. I don't beg you anything else. Okay. This ain't about upsells. This ain't about, okay, we want to get you on a coaching no. We want to get the content in your hands so you can use it. The only thing I beg you is that you use it. Now, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. The only time you will see me encourage people to jump on another program with me is if I know they have not fully utilized what they got from the initial program, or if, having utilized what they got on the initial program, I know there's more for them to unravel. Okay? And that's not always the case. There are people who've been on coaching programs with me and that's it. They finished the coaching program. Great. You're part of the community. Great to see what you've done. We want to see you have more success. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay? But there are certain people that when they achieve a certain level of success, they hit the glass ceiling and they know that. And they reach back out. A lot of those people, I don't need to say to them, I think you should jump on this. They reach out and say, Samuel, what can I do next to go to the next level? Because I've utilized what you've given me and look at where I'm at. I'm chilling. I've achieved it. I've sacked my boss, or I've sacked my spouse's boss. But now I want to put my children in private school or whatever it is for them. All right? Because different people have different things that they're looking for. So guys, let me know in the comments. Let's do this before I jump off. Let me know in the comments if you've got value from tonight's show. Okay? Have you got value from tonight's show? Just throw in the word value if you've got value from tonight's show. Hit the like button, press subscribe, let YouTube know that this has been an episode to remember. Okay? And straight after you guys do that, I'm going to let you know what I usually let you know when we end the show. All right? It's been absolutely fantastic being on this show tonight, guys. Again, I always like launching new products, new resources for the community. So go and get the book list, guys. I want you guys to go and get that book list. Go and get those books into your personal library. Be the people who know I'm leveling up this year. 2020 is not going to be the year I lose. It's going to be the year I win on my property journey. And last but not least, I want you guys to go and get a registered seat on the upcoming masterclass Monday, 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about how to take advantage in the current property climate. Guys, it's been a great pleasure speaking with you guys on tonight's show. It's just been fantastic. It's been phenomenal. Looking forward to the next show, episode 29 next week. Our first ever giveaway as well. Thank you guys for being a great audience. Samuel I Can Win signing out. As I usually say, happy investing.